Let's just take 30 seconds here before we go out, and everybody think of how hard you've had to work to put yourself in this position.
Dramatic goal, and the Oilers have a 2-1 lead. That could be the goal of the season.
The best feeling at that time was, once Al scored the goal, and we knew that we were going into the, to the final, into the playoffs there, and we just.
That's a real good feeling win in here at a good time early in the year, but we got lots to work on here.
Gretzky record.
Take on the wall, Susie.
You want to find a way to get back to that level again, and no time but the present to do it. Get back on the horse and go. We know it's not going to be easy, but the experience that we gained will hopefully carry that forth.
Let's just take 30 seconds here before we go out, and everybody think of how hard you've had to work to put yourself in this position.
Wraparound, scores! Ryan Smith! Rollinson out to make a big save. Big save again.
The third guy on the other side, but if we end up turning the puck over, or he comes up the strong side, and we get the puck there, let's make sure our third forward is going.
Right on goal! He scores! Robinski, he scores! The Edmonton Oilers have won a playoff series for the first time in 8 years.
Goal at the net. Playoffs, shot rebound, shot screen, shot tip. Anything fun.
John Rollinson made the save up high, hit him in the... Oh, what a save by Rollinson! It's a room, quick shot, scores! On his front, Jason Smith scores! What a goal! He scores! Edmonton wins! The Oilers are going to the conference final, and in the city called the City of Champions, this is just like old times. Shot, right on, score! What a save by Rollinson. Fires! Off the paper, score!
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the 7th time in their 27-year history in the National Hockey League, the Edmonton Oilers are going to the Stanley Cup Finals.
Here we go. Come on, Stevie Smitty, here we go. Here we go.
Here's the break. And Pisani scores! A short-handed goal! Right in on goal! Back at her! They'll count this one, baby!
Thank you all for making this an unforgettable hockey season.
You're in oil country!
From the heart of oil country,
Go, Oilers, go!
you're in oil country now.
For hockey fans, the building stood in darkness for one whole year. The return was to be a triumphant one throughout North American rinks. NHL hockey was back, better than ever.
It's been a great hockey city even when the team has just been making the playoffs or not making the playoffs. There's another whole new generation of fans. They have a lot of pride in their hockey team. They have for decades, but they have maybe even more pride in the hockey team now than they did even, 15 years ago.
In the heartland of hockey, there was a buzz, an excitement, heightened by a genuine belief that the Oilers could not only be more competitive under the league's new guidelines, but that the franchise could thrive in a new, more competitive economic environment.
It's opening night from Rexall Place. It's the Oilers and the Colorado Avalanche. After 300-plus days of a work stoppage in over 16 months, the NHL is back.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Edmonton Oilers!
October 5th, Game 1. The frenzied crowd spurs on the Oilers to an early lead against the Avalanche.
Right in front, here's Horcoff. He scores! Sean Horcoff, 1-0, and they have played 24 seconds into this NHL season.
It was always saying.
On the night of October 18th, the Oilers continue a glorious tradition with the jersey retirement of one of the NHL's all-time greats.
They got some whip to them.
Paul Coffey's number is raised to the rafters in an emotional salute to the past.
I had the privilege to play in the National Hockey League for 21 years. My first 7 with the Oilers, and always considered myself an Oiler and Edmonton to be my home.
And all I can say is it's great to be an Oiler.
Desperate times for the Edmonton Oilers.
You're trying to garner some momentum. They have to step out of sync so far.
Despite the acquisition of several talented players, the Oilers' performance on the ice had been inconsistent during the first month of the season. The fans had been expecting more.
I think that most players, I know the veterans, were excited about playing with those expectations. And as we went along through the season, we hit a pretty serious skid there where we lost a number of games in a row. I think it was 7, and a lot of questions. But the character and the mentality in our locker room never wavered.
In late October, the Oilers began a 5-game winning streak to put themselves back on track.
The shot goes, scores! There's a shot, scores! In full flight, here comes Alex Hemsky. Great move, Hemsky, backhand, scores! What a goal by Alex Hemsky!
On the plus side, several young Oilers were beginning to emerge as genuine NHL stars. Alex Hemsky was making the highlight reels on a regular basis. Jared Stoll was strong in the faceoff circle. At the same time, recording career highs in goals and assists. Sean Horcoff was delivering the goods as the team's first-line center.
Scores!
Not only was Chris Pronger a dominating presence on the blue line, his ability to move the puck quickly out of the defensive zone and his tape-to-tape passes helped quarterback the Oilers' offense. Other seasoned vets were coming through as well. Ryan Smith was threatening to surpass his best-ever season in goals scored. But despite the steady improvement by individual players over the course of the season, the team was at the time still lacking consistency at both ends of the ice. Management knew they had some holes to fill.
We knew we needed a little more offense to make our team even better. And of course, goaltending, you know, I guess we knew that all season long, and we're on top of it all season long, but we kind of figured that the trade deadline would be the most likely time that we'd be able to get a, you know, what we consider to be a #1 goalie, and Dwayne Roloson certainly proved to be that.
Always nice when you feel wanted and you're going to play a lot. It's a lot easier to play when you're playing lots, and you know, I had that opportunity. It was tough at first when I got here. I hadn't played a lot of games before getting here, so it just took me a little while to find my little groove, and then once I got into the groove, everything was great.
Indeed, the addition of Dwayne Roloson would make a big difference down the stretch. As well, newly acquired forward Sergei Samsonov would add firepower to the Oilers' attack, while steady blue liner Yaroslav Spacek would add more depth to the defensive core. The month of April found the Oilers in a tenuous position, fighting for their playoff lives.
We had to scratch and claw for every inch, and you know, to make the playoffs, that we had to play playoff-like hockey for months going into the actual playoffs.
When Ales Hemsky scored in the final moments of Game 81, the Oilers officially qualified for the playoffs.
Here's Pronger. Pass up the middle, Stoll. In across the line, Hemsky cuts in, shoots, scores! Ales Hemsky with 33 seconds remaining in the third period. Another dramatic goal, and the Oilers have a 2-1 lead. That could be the goal of the season.
The best feeling at that time was, you know, once Al scored the goal, and we knew that we were going into the, you know, into the playoffs there, and we just, you know, it was like a huge monkey lifted off our back, and you know, after that we just said, you know what, let's just go out there and play, and you know, that's what we did. We went out there and played, and you know, we didn't worry about gripping our sticks too tight, or you know, looking over our shoulders at who's catching us in the standings, and you know, there's no better feeling than that.
Well, I think we went through pretty much everything. We had some ups and downs. We had some slumps during the course of the season, but over time, I think that made us a better team. And you know, coming down the stretch, we won those important one-goal hockey games, those 2-1 games. We could win a game 1-0 if we needed to. We could win a game 6-5 if we needed to. And that was, I think, that was the thing that was, you know, different from our team in the past.
Now begins the physical and mental preparation for a whole new season. A season of a different kind. The playoffs, and a first-round best-of-7 battle, starting in Detroit.
Well, we're very aware of it. A lot of us grew up in the time period where the Oilers were the dynasty. I know I did. Those are the teams that you followed. It's pretty cool to be a part of that. And we have the opportunity. There is a link to the past here. Our management, our coaches, our trainers.
You know what was kind of unique was the fact that we all got along, and we all felt comfortable with each other, the way we came to the rink and just wanted to have fun. And it started right from our coaching staff. Mac really told us right from the get-go that the fact that we're here to have some fun. I mean, you know, let's try to keep positive through this whole scenario and not worry about it. And you know, I don't want to say we're too relaxed in the locker room, but we didn't feel uptight going into any game, and I think that gave us a little bit of an edge.
Welcome to Hockeytown. That's what they call it in Detroit. In finishing 8th, the Oilers avoided perennial playoff dancing partner, the Dallas Stars, only to be matched up against the Red Wings, who had breezed through the regular season with 124 points on their way to the President's Trophy.
If you looked at the regular season, we actually handled Detroit quite, I don't want to say easily, but they're one of the better season series that we had in terms of winning games, but we really felt we matched up well against Detroit.
The Oilers and Red Wings had split the 4 regular season games. Loaded with veteran talent, the Wings are a considerably more experienced and mature team. Question is, can the Oilers make up for their lack of experience with their youth and speed? Oiler fans can't wait for Game 1 to begin.
Lines up through traffic, deflected just past the goalpost. In front, low, shot, scores! Robert Lang!
The Wings strike first.
1-0 Detroit. And diving out was Spacek. Great stick check by Spacek.
Down by 1 early, the Oilers refuse to wilt under the Detroit onslaught.
Well, our control is on the ice, and we knew going into that series that we could beat them. You know, the regular season against them, we tied the season series. We looked at our lineup, we looked at their lineup, and we knew if we played hard, we played tough, we played gritty. You know, we had great goaltending, all those things fell into place, so we could beat that team no matter if they had 150 points, 100 points, 200 points during the regular season. It didn't matter.
Hemsky and across the Detroit line, into the corner. He centered at a shot. They score! Samsonov got a pass in front of the net from Hemsky. Drills and right. Scores! Ryan Smith in the kitchen of. Shot. Here's a shot right on. Rebound. Murphy scores! Charging the net.
We knew that they were going to be a tough team to beat. Wily veterans, obviously leading the charge, Stevie Yzerman. Tough bunch of guys that know how to win. And we just played with a chip on our shoulders and didn't give them any respect in the fact that we didn't want to be pushed over.
Oh, and Rolison out to make a big save.
Boy, they have put the whistles away. And
Dwayne Rolison proves he's playoff ready, repeatedly stopping the Wings in close to keep the game tied at 2 through the rest of the third period and the first overtime.
A scramble right to the net. Still has it. Rebound! And a glove. And
The 54 stops by Rolison sets an Oiler club record for most saves in a playoff game.
Maltby now getting chased inside the corner. He scores! Oh, a flying shot from the boards!
The Red Wings more than double the Oilers in shots on goal and finally win it in double overtime, leaving Edmonton fans to wonder what will happen in Game 2.
There was actually a lot of energy in our room after that overtime loss and a lot of confidence that we could win. And we knew the result of that game wouldn't have mattered in the series. It was a pretty unique feeling when we came in and we lost, and everybody felt really comfortable about our game and where we were, and we knew that we could improve on it.
There are a lot of Oiler fans in town for Game 2, and at least one of them has a menu suggestion. Instead of Detroit's traditional seafood entree splattering on the ice, how about some good old imported Alberta beef? Looking for a split in Motown, the Oilers come out hitting in Game 2. And it pays off. Big time.
Here's Pronger winding up, hard shot. He scores! Chris Pronger's second goal. Here's Stenenberg, backhand, and he saves! Yzerman trying to get around Pronger. Yzerman to the net! Oh, and a big save! And Pekka puts it in front, and Pisani bats it in!
Fernando, he was a well-kept secret. We always knew how good of a player he was, and he's a very well-rounded player. He can do a lot of different things, and he's very, very valuable, but now the rest of the world knows that. And, you know, he performed on the biggest stage there is.
For the tying goal to Jason Williams. Williams is checked at the line by Pronger. Here's another chance. Wrist shot. He scores! Brad Winchester with his very first NHL goal. Here's Stoll looking at the empty net. He scores to salt this one.
After the fact, you know, hindsight is always, well, here are the reasons, and the fact that the Oilers, you know, they played the way they did for the last 15 or 20 games. But I just think that we were a good team, you know, for most of the season, and we were missing pieces here and there, and those pieces came together.
April 25th, the Oilers' first home playoff game in 3 years. The crowd at Rexall Place is deafening. Every hit, every scoring chance pushes the noise level even higher.
Check a shot. He scored!
The Oilers take an early lead. But the playoff-savvy Wings bounce right back.
In front, deflected, they score! Zetterberg, his second goal, his second power play goal. Winchester playing it around the boards. Ryan Smith, wrap around, he scored! Redford, oh, Samsonov, here's his shot, they score!
The Oilers win Game 3 in double overtime.
It's always exciting to score a goal in the playoffs, and score an overtime goal in the playoffs is unbelievable. The feeling, especially at home in front of the fans that we have here, just the right place, right time, and just whacked it in kind of. And you know, a lot of times those are the goals you get in overtime, just being in that right spot. And it wasn't anything fancy. Usually my goals aren't fancy at all, but it was great to get that goal and great to get the lead in the series.
How's that for your deadlines? You know, anytime you get 2 of the first 3 games that go to double overtime, you like to think that it's going to even out, especially when you've lost the first one. And their goaltending was absolutely spectacular. Played as good a game as I've seen in this building in a while, and gave us an opportunity to win the hockey game. And ultimately, it was just a you know, good. Anytime you're into double overtime, anything can happen. We were fortunate to get it by him first.
Boys, here we go.
But a loss in Game 4 sends the series back to Detroit, tied at 2.
To Shanahan, trying to steam around the outside, and big Chris Pronger wards him off.
In Game 5, the frustrated Red Wings can't stop the Oilers' speed.
Torres back to the point. Pronger, a shot deflected. It's in. They score! Fernando Pisani may have got a piece of it, and the Oilers are on the board first. Stoll now coming into the dot. His shot. He scores! Through traffic, and it's Smith. A shot through traffic in front. Horkoff, one chance, another. They score!
3 second-period goals give the Oilers a 3-2 win.
A shot blocked by the Oilers, Horkoff, but the game is over, and Horkoff with a courageous block on a booming shot from Lidstrom. The Oilers have won the hockey game, and they lead the series 3-2.
Now, the real hockey town, the one north of the border, greeted the Red Wings for Game 6 back in oil country. Of course, no one said it was going to be easy.
He loses his footing. Zetterberg with the puck.
The Red Wings won't go quietly. It's 2-0, heading into the third period.
It's 2-0 Detroit.
Got into trouble. The only time they got into trouble is when it was coming around the boards here. Our defense is going to hold it in. Our forwards are waiting in that area. Our high forward has to get out. Once you see that defenseman down and vulnerable, the forward has to get out because they're coming hard. Can they read that?
Come on, Diego, positive and skate here. Hard. That's it, Rolly.
Power play. Word 3. Lidstrom down low. Ryan Smith right to the crease. Jared Bauer rebound. He scores!
The Oilers storm back with 2 third-period goals to tie it. But the frenzy is short-lived.
Maltby keeps it in. His shot right on it. Rebound. Tangent scores for Detroit.
Detroit's third goal momentarily takes the energy down a notch. But only for a little while. And then that Hemsky kid checks in. Not just once, but twice.
Hemsky trying to work in. Now Samsonov. He got it to Hemsky. He scores! Alex Hemsky in the third period. Oh, a miracle goal by the Oilers. They have a 4-3 lead.
Much to the celebration of their big
home ice crowd are moving on to the next round of the Stanley Cup playoffs.
The Game 6 victory gives the fans a chance to unleash a celebration that hasn't been seen in a long time. Oilers' spirit is capturing the city.
The players developed a little bit of confidence. A little bit of weight was lifted off their shoulders because we hadn't won a playoff series in 8 years.
That series was the springboard for our success in the playoffs as far as mentally believing that we can do it.
Hey, we're in a pretty good spot because we're doing the things we have to. Are you staying in that good spot and we'll continue to do those things?
The Oilers open their second-round playoff series on the road in San Jose. And it's going to be a rough ride. The Sharks come out hitting everything that moves. And the Oil can't buy a break around the net. They lose both games 2-1 to fall behind in the series.
One thing that we could do better, even though we'd played decently in those 2 games, was we weren't really playing Oiler hockey. That San Jose sort of took it to us.
Shoots! Toskala stopped him! And he hit!
It's a game of mistakes. You're going to make mistakes, and you got to find ways to minimize those mistakes for your hockey team.
If there was a positive in those first 2 games, the Rafi Torres hit on Milan Mahalik sends a big message. The Oil won't get pushed around anymore.
Big jam up in front, they score! Ryan Smith to Pronger, one-timer, big rebound, locked right into the goaltender Toskala, and Samsonov.
Games 1 and 2 in San Jose, we were shocked the way, the difference in the 2 series, and we're down 2-0 pretty quick.
Game 3 at Rexall Place, and the Oilers give back the Sharks some of their own medicine.
We have the blueprint for hard-nosed, fearless, give everything you got type of hockey. Certainly the group this year, they epitomize that, and probably the crowning moment is when Ryan Smith gets the puck in the mouth and he continues to play.
Well, I think it was a pivotal point of the series, not the fact that my teeth got knocked out, but we're 2-1 in the series, or we're down 3-0 in the series. And it was obviously devastating, the fact that this happened, by your own teammate, Prongs, throwing it up the middle. That's just a freak accident. Everybody said, you know what? It doesn't matter if one guy gets hurt, it's somebody else that's gonna step up to the plate. The energy and the electric that the rink had just gave us that much energy.
Down 2-1 with less than 7 minutes left, the Oil send it to overtime.
He got in behind Stales. Chichu takes the pass. He shoots. Oh, what a save by Roloson. He just walked the rookie Richard Toki winner.
Roloson's overtime heroics have set the stage for another hero. Now, Ryan Smith may be missing 3 teeth, but he's not missing in action. Setting up Sean Horcoff for the winner.
Smith from behind the net, a wraparound. Horcoff scores! Horcoff scores! Edmonton wins! Sean Horcoff at 2:24 of the 3rd overtime period from Ryan Smith, who gave up his teeth and came back to the...
Thankful for the doctors to get me back and to play and get an opportunity to be a part of that win, because, like I said, I thought it was a pivotal point in our playoffs to excel in that game.
I mean, Smitty's played like that all year. I mean, anytime he's been injured and able to get back out on the ice and help us win a hockey game, he's done it. And I mean, obviously tonight, same thing. Lost a couple of teeth. The guys dug in tonight, and everybody contributed. It was a lot of minutes put in by a lot of guys, and guys bared down and got the job done.
I was more, it hits home more, and you get more happy, I think, after, the next day. I mean, at that point, you're just happy to win, and it was big for us. I mean, that made the series 2-1. and it gave us a chance to get back in that series. And obviously, to go down 3-0 against a team like that would have made it pretty tough for us.
We'll make some adjustments. We didn't do some things very well tonight that we need to do, and we'll bounce back.
It's high today. It's really high today.
Game 4 speaks for itself.
Here's Joe Thornton legging away, takes the shot, and a great save by Roloson. Here's Jason Smith with a shot, he scores! Penalty box comes Samsonov, out of the goal comes Toskala, lost it, Samsonov scores! Jason Smith scores! What a goal!
As a team, we were still confident to go out in Game 3 and give ourselves an opportunity to get back in the series. And we played with a lot of confidence and obviously came out with a lot of energy. And our fans were behind us right from the start of the game, and just kind of built some momentum, and things kept rolling the right way.
Hemsky heads for the net. There's the pass. He scores! Directing traffic. The pass to Stone. He shoots. He scores!
It took us the first couple of games, we played well, but we gave up a lot of chances just because of the way San Jose played. So, once we got used to that, everything started working well for us.
Here. Good thing about playoffs. You have many sticks as you want.
How many sticks have you gone through?
Oh, jeez. One every game, maybe. Some games 2, 3. Barry doesn't like that too much, though. Not at all.
Game 5, back in California. More of the same.
We were a little bit shocked by their emotional level and the way that they skated and how physical they were. They were probably the only team that could match us in that department in speed and strength. And it was a wake-up call for us, and it brought out the best of our game.
It was great. Our guys blocked a lot of shots all the way through playoffs. A lot of guys were getting banged up because they were blocking shots, but that's playoff hockey. Guys were putting their bodies on the line to win hockey games.
Ryan Smith, the puck comes to the front of the net, hand and shoots, tip, Roloson makes the save on Chichu. From the blue line, Jaros Pacic hits a rolling puck, tip by Bassani, they score. Chris Calder takes the shot, toss to the save, Smith scores. San Jose's on its 7th power play, Horcoff scores. Georges, Bassani scores. Ryan Smith in front, one-timer, Stoll scores. In front, Smith scores.
After 2 consecutive 6-3 wins, the Oil return home, hoping to wrap up the series in Game 6.
At that point, I'm kind of going through what I need to do to get ready. I go through, face-offs, breakouts, PP, PK, and I go through quickly kind of every situation just so that it's fresh in my mind. At that point, every guy in that dressing room already knows the system. We know exactly, what we need to do. But for me personally, that's a time where, I really focused into my game quickly and just be ready for the drop of the puck, because in the playoffs, you don't have time to feel your way into the game. You got to be ready right from the get-go.
That type of emotion can't be contrived, and it has to be real, and it certainly was this year. And I can't remember the building being more electric. Well, it hasn't been. It never has been at that level.
Fans were unbelievable. That's what made the playoffs so special. Just the fact that they were, the fans were participating in the game right with us, and it was an unbelievable feeling to be cheered on by them and just hear the chanting, when you're in the locker room, you're ways away from the rink, and to hear it getting louder and louder, and then actually hitting the ice and not being able to talk to the guy next to you is unbelievable.
Pekka gives away alone, he scores! Horcoff tacks it down. Smith is there, Ekman is back. Harvey comes in and gets the hit.
With Roloson getting the shutout in a 2-0 win, It's the first time an Oiler team has come back from being down 2-0 to win a series.
The Edmonton Oilers are going to the conference final for the first time in 14 years. And in the city called the City of Champions, this is just like old times.
It's confidence, it's goaltending, it's individual performances. Guys are stepping up, and we've got maybe 10 guys on our team that are playing the best hockey of their careers.
With the Oilers at the top of their game, the fever in oil country is spreading, and it's spreading quickly across the nation.
What's going on there, Edmonton? You're our last Canadian team here. You gotta do this. Let's do it. Come on. Go, Oilers, go.
From the start, going on!
Go, Oilers, go. Go, Oilers, go. Go, Oilers, go. Let's go, Oilers. Let's go, Oilers. Go, Oilers, go.
It was awesome. I mean, I think the excitement amongst the fans as well as the players in the dressing room was something I've never seen before, and obviously never been a part of playing. But it was something I think every player in our team will remember for a long time.
So now, with the wings clipped and the sharks fried, it's time to go hunting for duck. But of course, there's a catch. Remember the last time you had the flu? You probably stayed home in bed, missed work. Most people would. But Jason Smith and Shawn Horcoff aren't most people. They went to work, and they were up for it.
Yeah, we knew playing Anaheim just from the previous series when they played Colorado. They were dominant. They were extremely well coached, very disciplined. They didn't make a lot of mistakes, and we knew it was going to be a really tough challenge for us.
Anaheim moving up in a race for it. Getting back well was on his Kunitz. This is on. And a great save by Rolison. Out front. Oh, what a save! Lead pass. Goalie Rolison has been pretty good handling the puck. And look at that break. And they come with Pekka. Scores! Pekka. Look out. Shot. Right on. And score. And this great start for Edmonton.
Most of the world doesn't know it yet, but as the Oilers get ready for Game 2, the flu has spread like wildfire throughout the dressing room. Now over half the team has it, but the Oilers won't use that as an excuse to win.
Wonderful run as they won Game 1, having...
Oh, a great save by Rolison.
Great goaltending and timely scoring give the Oilers a pair of hard-fought 3-1 victories at the Pond.
Taken by Samsonov. They score.
Well, after we beat San Jose, and San Jose was arguably the best team in the league for the last 30 games of the season, and after we came back and swept them 4 games after losing the first 2, our confidence was at a high, so we were really peaking in our game.
For a franchise already steeped in tradition, a new one begins. In Game 3, the Oilers build up an early lead, then hang on for a 5-4 win.
We just want to go out there and play the way we can play. And after those first 2 games, we just said, let's go out there and do what we know how to do and play our system and just go from there.
We got a great core leadership, and I mean with Ethan Moreau, Steve Staios, Jason Smith, all those guys, really great all the time.
The Ducks win Game 4, but the Oilers are heading back to Anaheim with a commanding 3-1 lead in the series.
Far side. It is Edmonton coming close. They're off the run in one. Morrow, they score. Tied the game. Play. Right full strength. And score. Well, the pressure was applied and they kept in there fighting away. And ladies and gentlemen, for the 7th time in their 27-year history in the National Hockey League, the Edmonton Oilers are going to the Stanley Cup Finals. They're on the ice here, mobbing Dwayne Roloson. The Oilers defeat the Ducks 2-1.
We all, as kids, played many games for the Stanley Cup, whether on the road or on an outdoor rink, and just to have the opportunity for us to do it here now is exciting, and we're going to enjoy this here for a day or two and get ready to refocus and regroup for whoever we play.
You know, we're getting pretty excited. We're going to enjoy tonight, and we'll be looking forward to next week.
You can see it in guys' eyes, the guys that we've played with for a while. It's a long time coming, but it's unbelievable. I mean, we have a chance to win the Stanley Cup, and we're not done. We had a lot of movement there.
That's the wrong one. The one revealed the real one later.
You know, they were a good opponent. They really were, and but we were just at the top of our game and continuing to build, and we felt like we were unstoppable. That was the type of confidence that we instilled in our locker room.
The Oil return home to their adoring fans with the conference championship in their pocket. 3 series down, 1 to go.
We do really appreciate what has happened and the effort the guys put in and what they've accomplished.
The Oil will begin the best-of-7 Cup final on the road. They just don't know where yet. Awaiting the winner of the Eastern Conference final between Buffalo and Carolina, Kevin Lowe calls in a favor from an old buddy, and the Oilers head to New York to get acclimatized. They borrow the Rangers practice facility just outside Terrytown.
Hey, what's up, buddy? What's the word today? What's the word of the day? Today is think. Where do you get the think? That's the word of the day. Think, yeah. Think.
That's it, Joe.
Yeah.
Tight, buddy. That's really tight.
Oh, good man. You're a good man. Back here in the shop.
But the majority I saw, he tried to broad a guy in.
Let's see here, like his stick's back here. If he gets that stick in there,
yeah,
he got the puck. Like I would. Yeah, his feet. You know
But because he's so wide, he's got 2 movements to get over, right?
Tomorrow, yeah. Just so we
got it. Yeah,
because we start the routine of it.
We already got.
Probably is.
So again, here though, you can see his mechanism, right? So he's standing up on you. He's waiting for you. But you got
because his stick's here. It just missed the net on this one here.
But
Some of the moves. Beautiful. Great presentation. Great, boys. 2018. Oh, top shelf.
Snipes. Wow. Just playing on this one anyway.
Sammy run a nice low route on this side. Strong come up hard with the puck to initiate that F1. Get him coming to this side. Spotchy, take this route underneath. Hammer come nice and deep and come underneath the prongs. Smitty can take this route up this side. That'll bring their D. Their D wants to stand up on you, Smitty. Prongs, you take him over. Little quick drop. Now you've got Hammer coming with Sammy and Spotchy following it up. Beat this F1 if you can take it to the net, great. Otherwise, stop up. Now you got Spots right there on the left.
B-roll.
Now, when you've got extra time on your hands and no distractions, you might as well practice. And practice. Then practice some more.
We want to make sure, let's get real good pull-out first man pressure on this guy to try and stop that.
During the Oilers' sojourn in the Big Apple, Carolina knocks out Buffalo in the 7th game of the Eastern Conference Championship.
They've dominated so far this playoffs, so they're doing something right. And you know, like I said, we're just going to have to pick away at them, but start for sure in game 1 and get to know them pretty quick.
I don't think any time in my life I'll feel the same excitement, of course, unless we get to the same position. Those moments, those memories are hard to explain. It's something that you can only experience as a player.
Raleigh, North Carolina, the eye of the hurricane. The boys from Oil Country will take on the team from the Tar Heel State in the battle for Lord Stanley's mug. The Hurricanes come out firing early, but Rollason stops everything coming his way.
Down by Rollason.
It's the Oilers who strike first.
In on the play, and picking it up was Pisani, and it's 1-0. Edmonton.
It isn't just the players who have to deal with the pressure. The training and equipment staff have to be ready for anything. Chris Pronger's got a problem with a skate blade, and Barry Stafford needs to replace it before the second period starts. Midway through the second, the Canes are scrambling, trying to keep it close.
Finally, they call the play. A penalty shot. That's what it is. He's pointing. That's Mick McGough. Somebody put his hand on the puck in the blue ice, and he pointed to center ice. It can only mean a penalty shot. Let's see if we're right.
Pauline was the guy who put his hand on the puck in the crease. Pronger leads his first or second for his team in points, assists, power play goals, shots on goal, plus minus at ice time.
All right, here he comes with a penalty shot. Number 44 for Edmonton. Scores! Well, good night, nurse. Craig McTavish made the call. And brother, gee. Chance. Kept in at the blue line again. Dumped ahead. And right on the net, he got a goal!
Ethan Morrow makes it 3-0, and the Oils seem to be in complete control.
And Morrow gets a goal as he missed it.
But with less than 3 minutes left in the second, Rod Brind'Amour gets Carolina back in the game. Brind'Amour's goal late in the second period has given the Canes new life. In the third, they quickly erase the Oilers' lead. 3 consecutive goals put Carolina up 4-3.
Stoll gets the zone. Krasnitsky scores! What a beautiful goal by Hemsky to tie the game.
Hemsky's spectacular play evens the score. The Oilers are back on track. But then...
And Ladd was nailed, and a penalty is going to be called.
And Rolison got nailed too, as Ladd was run into the net by Bergeron, and Rolison's on his stomach in the crease. And he got the rebound, the body rebound. And this is bad news for the Oilers.
Ty Conklin gets the call to replace Rolison. With the clock winding down late in the third, everyone in the building thinks this one is going to overtime.
Slowly coming back. They have to move. Empty net. Oh, my goodness. A giveaway. And Brind'Amour at the empty net.
But the Oil aren't done just yet. With seconds to go, they swarm the net, looking for the equalizer. But Sherwood Park's Cam Ward stones them.
Went on it, I got it up both times, and he just made great saves.
What was your reaction on maybe the first one? I agree with you, that was spectacular.
Yeah, the first one.
Shake your head.
Yeah, you just, like I said, you got to forget about things like that. You just chalk it up to it being a good save. I mean, you know, when it plays like that, you work on it, comes across. I got good wood on both. And, you know, I hit it hard high. He just came and he dove across on one end and saved it. And, you know, there's just, you know, you can't control things like that. I mean, he made a great save. You just have to forget about it and move on.
We can't get down. You know, we played a pretty solid game at times. We got to tighten up defensively a little bit, especially when we're up 3-0, 3-1, and you know, we gave them some good chances. They put the puck in there. They got a lot of skill. So you know, we played a pretty solid game offensively. We got a lot of chances. We got to maybe just bear down and put those chances in the back of the net a little bit.
I just froze with a little bit. It wasn't the play I wanted to make, obviously.
Ty, do you feel like you can
pick it all up? Is Rosen staying here? Is he going back there?
Helene was at the hospital this morning, so he's not back yet. We'll know in a little bit.
Dwayne Rolison won't be back, leaving the coaching staff with some decisions to make. While the team prepares for Game 2, Roley can only watch from the sidelines and help rally the troops.
Ryan, I didn't see come out. Give me a win. All right, buddy. Give me a win.
It's really tough to watch, but at the same time, you got to try and do whatever it takes to help your team win. And you know, I was just trying to do whatever I could, whether it was, you know, giving guys, you know, high fives or telling them, you know, seeing what I see or telling them what, you know, I think they're trying to do, and you know, try to help use as much as I can and try when they're in there. So it was tough, but at the same time, you got to try and do whatever it takes to win.
Please. 7. All over him, boys. Let's go, boys. How do you boys, eh?
Game 2. The Oilers come out hitting. But it's the Hurricanes who score first. And they keep coming. Carolina wins Game 2, a 5-0 shutout.
We came out of the gate and stormed Carolina in the first game, but if we were guilty of anything in the Stanley Cup playoffs, I think we were guilty of in Game 1 of letting the opponent off the mat.
Home turf. Down 2-0 in the final, the Oil return to the friendly confines of Rexall Place for Game 3.
Thanks, Cal.
Rexall, with its loud and boisterous fans, might be just what the doctor ordered.
excitement grew, not just in the dressing room, but we could, the loudness, we could hear the fans. I mean, it got crazier and crazier as we went on. It got louder and louder, and we could hear it in the dressing room. So obviously that your emotional value gets higher and higher.
Boards up there.
Edmonton's a special place to play. The kind of support that the players get. It's become one of the most exciting buildings in the league. I don't know if it's a difference of a half a goal or a goal. It makes a difference.
In Game 3, the Hurricanes get an introduction to Oilers hockey at its finest.
Let's make sure every decision we make is in context with the score of the game. Like every decision we make. Yeah, we got a chance offensively, we want to put it in the back of the net. But let's make sure we're not trading chances. Just the same way. It's obvious when we don't give them anything, when we don't give them stuff on the rush, they're having trouble creating offense. They didn't have a lot of shots in the last bit of that period. So we got to turn the momentum.
Hard back, boys, hard back. Here we go.
In the second, the Oilers continue to shut down the Canes.
We got to turn the momentum. They think they're coming a little bit. Let's turn the momentum here in the first shift and the third. Come on, let's go. Let's get ourselves back to the series here. Come on. Come on, boys.
The Oilers win Game 3 2-1 and put themselves back in the series.
JJ, who's going? Somebody's here. We got 3 guys going to the mix. Matt, going to the mix zone. Connor, Jason Smith, Michael Becker going out to the mix zone right now. Ryan Smith, Houston Martin, and Sean Horkoff to the podium after everybody.
The cool thing about our team right now is that we've grown up together. Guys like Ryan and Gator and George, Stevie. When I got here, I was a young player. I think I was 23. Smitty was the same age. So we've all matured, and he's definitely the face of our organization right now. He works extremely hard. His practice habits. He's just he's quite an example for the young guys that come into our organization.
As the teams get ready for another big showdown in Game 4, so does the media.
How are you? Good to see you, son.
The hundreds of newspaper, radio, and television journalists have to get their stories into print and on the air.
Can you attest to that? You your cameras read that?
We've got a pre-tape one interview that'll happen. What time are you going to do it?
6 o'clock. 6 o'clock.
Winners, when we say go to black, that's our house.
Come on, boys. That last game doesn't mean anything unless we win this one.
Go, Ron Spade. Roll. Drop. Big day.
the Oilers get off to another quick start in Game 4 and take the early lead. But the Hurricanes come right back.
Start, and then we got a bunch of power plays. They get back, and then we get a bunch of power plays, and we start to sag, and you can just sense the frustration on the bench. We gotta have composure. We don't have enough.
Early in the second, UC Markkanen makes several great saves. But Carolina keeps coming, and at 15:56, the Canes score the go-ahead goal. They hang on for the 2-1 win. Now, the Oilers head back to Raleigh, facing elimination. Down 3-1, many of the experts are picking Carolina to wrap it up at home. But the Oilers have other ideas.
It's harder on you because you're holding it, and he's coming to you. You know what I mean? You're making it a lot harder on yourself. So if he comes this way, you can buy some space. You know, and if no one comes, it's through the net. You know, either, you know?
And it's just been basically, we only lost Roley, and part of playoffs is getting through with injuries, and so we've been fairly successful for that. You know, we're beat up a little bit, banged up a little bit, but everyone at this time of the year is.
It's not a...
Meanwhile, about 3,000 miles away back in Edmonton, the Oilers faithful pack Rexall to watch and cheer.
In front of the net, Torres got it back. Long shot, score!
Toronto strikes early.
16 seconds, folks, and it's 1-0 Edmonton. Pass, Stoll, coming in.
But Carolina answers back. Down 2-1 halfway through the first period. Hemsky scores to tie it.
What a bullet from Hemsky.
Then Pekka gives the Oil a 3-2 lead.
How do you believe what's going on here in the first period? Pekka stayed with it.
We just gotta relax here, boys. Just relax here. Calm down here, calm down.
Shot, wide, rebound! Markkanen, it's in the goal. Yes, it's in the goal.
Eric Stoll's second goal of the game ties it at 3.
We were told the Oilers skated with very loose feeling.
In the third, the Oilers throw their weight around, but the score doesn't change.
Cullen fires.
Overtime.
Pass comes back into the slot. Oh, a great save! Down again.
Steve Staios draws a tripping penalty, leaving the Oils short-handed. But it sets the stage for the hero.
It is Pisani scores! A short-handed goal for Pisani! And the Edmonton Oilers come out of the box, are out on the ice, and they are celebrating a huge win here tonight in Raleigh, North Carolina. Can you believe it?
Shocked Carolina fans were expecting to see the Stanley Cup paraded around the RBC. They'll have to wait. Fernando's OT winner sends the series back to Edmonton for Game 6.
They can't play at that level. They can't play at that level. We're going back. Yeah. They're tired, they're beat up, they're sore, they're disappointed. Yeah. We know what that play is like. We jump on them next game. Let's go.
outside the RBC Center in Raleigh, the Oiler fans who have made it to Carolina have their own celebration.
Going into a game knowing that your best beats their best is a tremendous confidence builder. So there's very few things in life that can definitively change life. And winning a Stanley Cup is one. We get this game tonight, we're going to get one. Let's go.
Stillman, shooting, blocked by Morrow. Point, his pass in front of backhander. They score! Fernando Pisani, a backhanded shot. The Oilers score in the power play. Back to the point. Steo shoots, scores! Rafi Torres, the flex Pisani shot. 2-0.
We want to be aggressive on the forecheck when we can get there. When we can get there, we got to go and we got to follow it up. Very alert of your stick. We got to be smart, we got to be reacting, we got to be skating. Here we go.
Come on now!
Smith right in on goal. Backhander scores! They'll count this one, baby. Ryan Smith with a backhanded shot. Morak in across the lane to Horcoff. Shoots. Scores! Horcoff rips one over the shoulder of Cam Ward. The third power play goal for the Oilers. And from winning their 6th Stanley Cup championship, the Oilers even the series at 3 wins apiece as they defeat the Carolina Hurricanes 4-0 here at Rexall Place in Edmonton tonight. And they're going back to Carolina.
Great game. We got to feel a great sense of satisfaction, everybody, in the way that we played. We paid the price at every level. Make sure that we're just dialed into that next game right from now. So you don't even get 2 minutes on break. That's great. But we all know where we're going. Great, hell of a job. We dial that same button up on Monday, and we're gonna get over.
One of the best performances I've been a part of. Everybody just played great. Didn't make many mistakes. Juice was phenomenal. But
Carolina were expected to be here in the Stanley Cup final. Edmonton were not. And there is Ladd. Centered it. Punch the shot. Shot's going.
The one thing that's never going to leave my mind is, losing Game 7 and having to sit on the bench and watch them celebrate. I think it's something that, for me, that's probably been the hardest image to get rid of in my head. But it makes you hungrier. It's going to make it all that better, next time that we get to get back there. And I don't think something like that goes away until you eventually, win one for yourself.
The situation that we are in, that it doesn't happen every year. I think with this group it will. I think we'll get back to that point, but it was just such an unbelievable feeling. The city was just ecstatic the whole time that we were in the playoffs, that we were definitely aware of it. And even before games, you would, you know, you're focused on the game, but you soak it in and you look at the guy next to you, and you know, it was unbelievable how loud it was, and the support that we received is something that we'll all remember forever.
Runs a chill down my spine the way you say it. Oil country is blue-collared, and they care, and they really do believe in their teams in Edmonton, and I appreciate being a part of it all.
The best fans in the world, the best city in the league, and we're not going to stop working until we can hoist the Stanley Cup here in Edmonton again.
Exceptionally well, thank you. Whatever it takes.
Yeah, I've had enough of that. I don't know. No,
No, they're not. Tries the 11:15 practice.
For iTunes, like iPod, I'll probably post on their website. I'm trying to get as many guys as we can, but
that's what it takes to go to that cap.
I love when you do that.
Notes. Take notes, please.
Hey, how you doing? Nice to see you. See you. Nice to see you. Good luck up there. Thanks.